Nebraska in college basketball may be the real deal, and keep an eye out for Miami of Ohio. They could possibly run the table and get to the tournament undefeated.
All right. There we go. No, we haven't really talked baseball. I was just gonna jump right in the NFL.
That's
Um,
fine. I wasn't sure.
we can definitely talk baseball next week. So baseball can definitely be a next week topic because there's been a lot of signings, waiver claims, Japanese players coming over.
Japanese guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I gotta look into that more. But we'll definitely do some baseball next week. All right, week 18 headlines. I will say, for what the hype was for these games, it was pretty shit until Sunday night. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty shit in terms of what we got. I'm just
It
saying.
was full of shit games, except for a couple of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
The winner take all
not
games weren't
just-
even that great for the most part
Well,
until we
you
got
only-
to Sunday night.
the Tampa Bay Carolina game wasn't even a winner take all.
It wasn't. It ended up not being because Atlanta did the weird thing and won 2 in a row. We'll get into that. But the Bucks at the time were keeping their playoff hopes alive. Got a gutsy win in the rain over Carolina. Sketchy weather.
Sketchy refereeing.
Sketchy refereeing. Chance, how disappointing was this season for Tampa really, and what's next for them? Because one point we're talking Bake Show is the MVP, Tampa's gonna is the favorite. It's like holy shit, and then boom, just fell off a cliff.
I mean,
I think oh, go ahead. My bad.
the injuries killed him. Baker getting hurt down the stretch, but every year there's these select few teams that these one-score games, it always goes their way, and then either the next year or later in the season, they regress back to the norm, and that doesn't always happen. Their first 5 games of the year, you got to think they were come from behind, last second, one-score wins. I mean, they needed a miracle to beat the Jets.
Yeah.
So maybe this team wasn't as good as what we thought they were, and it finally caught up to them down the stretch. I think Todd Bowles needs to hit the road if they ever want to compete. I think that message has gotten stale. Their defense isn't anything special. They're getting older on defense. So
The bad part for them is, yeah, they have Igbokwe, but really they're old at the wide receiver position too. I think it's time to move on from Godwin and Mike Evans.
You could probably bring in a good draft haul for those two.
no,
At least for Evans, you could bring in something for Evans.
I don't even know if you could get it for Evans.
You could
At
probably
this
get a
point in his
second.
career, maybe 3rd to 4th round pick.
Yeah, Godwin, you might be lucky to get a third.
Mm-hmm. Jason, Carolina has had one of their best seasons in a long time, probably since the Cam Newton era. How do they keep getting better, and not only keep getting better, but sustain being a playoff caliber team and a team that can potentially fight for some Super Bowls?
I mean, Carolina has to be a team that drafts well. That's their biggest thing. They've got to hit on draft picks because if they don't, I mean, realistically, if one of us were a top NFL free agent, is Carolina at the top of your list to go to? Like,
No.
Not at the top, but I mean, Carolina's nice.
But it's gonna be tough for them to go out and get these big time free agents in the NFL. They've got to draft well.
Mm-hmm.
Having a later pick, they haven't picked late in a while, so we'll see what they go with. I mean, I think their biggest struggle all year was their defense. Their offense seemed to click. Bryce Young, maybe he's figured it out, but I think that he has to find a little bit more consistency.
Yep.
They're what, 8-9, so you didn't even have a winning record and you made the playoffs. Yeah, you made the playoffs, great, but you couldn't go 9-8.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't pull a Mike Tomlin out of your ass to make the playoffs.
Hey, we were 10-7 this year.
Yep, you did it. We'll get to that, but
But-
keep going.
They've got to hit on draft picks. That's the biggest thing. You can't have these first-round picks become busts. And I think you've got to continue to really push Teteroa McMillan to develop. I think if you let him stay stagnant, you got to find people to work with him and continue to develop him as a receiver because he's going to become your biggest weapon, in my opinion.
Okay.
Is this one of the years that they have a Chicago pick from that DJ Moore trade?
They might. I'm not sure. I'd have to go dig in the archives and look. The other game on Saturday night, Seattle's defense only allows 173 total yards, and takes a very physical defensive win to lock down the number 1 seed in the NFC side. I think, boys, you can chime in here, but I don't think the score told the entire story. I think Seattle dominated all 3 phases of this football game. I think, the kicker missed two kicks, and then I think they went for it early on 4th down, couldn't get in, or couldn't get the first down on the other side. And does the lack of depth on defense for San Fran make you nervous in terms of their run? And anybody can go on
they're
this one.
hurt everywhere.
They are hurt everywhere.
Your 2 best players in Bosa and Warner are in the press box.
Yep.
Ufunga left in free agency. They just don't have anybody.
I think the biggest thing for them is finding more consistency on offense, too. You have the weapons, utilize them. Juwan Jennings has really stepped up, even playing through broken ribs. And what's the story with George Kittle? Is he healthy? Is he not? Were they resting him? You can't rely on that entire offense to be on the shoulders of Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
The depth does scare me a little bit for them to make a run. I mean, if they would have won that game with that against Seattle and locked up home field, I think we'd be having a much different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at the playoffs this year, if San Francisco gets the number 1 seed in the NFC, they play at home through the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they were saying that was a big thing for them, but yeah, it didn't translate to what they did. But Seattle was really, really good on defense. They played really, really well, I think.
My big thing was, do we trust Sam Darnold to perform in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, it's essentially like. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, they have the weapons. They look good. Their defense has played pretty well, but do we trust Sam Darnold in the playoffs?
Yeah.
It's going to be the big question. I mean, he fizzled out with Minnesota last year in the playoffs. Or did he get hurt in the playoffs this year?
In San Francisco in a makeshift defense.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the wire with the Colts.
They didn't score a touchdown in that game. Yeah, they kicked field goals in that
Imagine
game.
if the Colts would have played Riley Leonard. They probably win that game.
Yeah, no, that's a big thing right now that they're talking about.
I don't know. I have faith in the skill positions in Seattle. The offensive line got blown up a little bit on run plays against San Francisco. I don't fully trust the offensive line to be able to carry them in playoff style football. But the biggest thing is I don't trust their quarterback. I don't trust Sam Darnold.
Good thing is
Still Sam Darnold.
they play out one of the home field advantages in the NFL.
Yeah. And who knows what that weather is going to be in Seattle.
Yeah.
True.
More than likely, cold and rainy.
Yeah.
Chance mentioned it, but Houston gets a nice win at home over Indy. What a season for Houston. End the year on 8 straight wins. Riley Leonard looked pretty nice. I know he probably didn't play every starter that Houston had. I'm sure they rested some of their guys. But
I think they played the majority of their guys because they're still playing for the AFC South.
Yeah,
at the time,
they
so
played a
I
majority,
agree.
but and you still got 30 points. Like, now the
Houston has a shot to win their first round matchup and hosts in the second round when you look at the matchups in the AFC.
Do you think the Chargers are going to beat the Patriots?
No, I think the Bills are going to beat the Jaguars.
I don't.
we'll get to that. We're not there yet. Giants get a Week 18 home win over Dallas. Myles Garrett.
If they would have lost, they would have had the number 1 pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should've tanked.
Myles Garrett gets the
The thing is-
all-time sack. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The thing with the Giants, though, you have that number 1 pick. Who the fuck you taking? Are you riding with Jackson Dart, or are you going to take Mendoza or Moore? I mean, I think right now the two guys that everybody's talking about number 1 are Mendoza and Moore. Who else could you have seen going number 1?
I don't think Dante Moore is coming out. I think if you're Dante Moore, you stay.
I think Dante might stay.
But I mean, Mendoza is going to be probably going to be the number 1 pick.
More than
The
likely.
Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're the Giants, was there somebody that you really thought was going to be a number 1 pick outside of Mendoza?
That's true.
You know, you don't want to have to overpay a guy. Yeah, you could have gotten that number 1 pick and gotten a nice haul for it to build in the future, and probably gotten it from Vegas. Because I would have held it over their head. Hey, if you don't make this trade, guess what? We're going to take Mendoza. He's not going to be there at 2. I don't care if he's going to sit on our bench. We're going to take him just so that you can't have him.
Yep.
And try to work the trade. Vegas would have jumped at it. Because they need a quarterback. Geno ain't the answer.
Oh
But,
shit, we know that.
yeah, it isn't Kenny P their backup.
Yeah, but he hasn't really panned out.
No. I don't think he got put in the right system for him from the jump, and it kind of hindered everything. I don't think Pittsburgh was the right system for Kenny Pickett, but that's just my opinion.
Well, they drafted him because they didn't. The reason they drafted him, they didn't want another Marino situation where you pass on the hometown guy and look what he turns into.
Yeah.
That was the reason.
He had a bunch of upside coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, Mendoza's going 1. And if I'm the Giants, if I really don't like anybody there at 2, I possibly look
That's a
at
big trade.
one of the teams that needs a quarterback that if Moore does come out, and I'm looking a few spots down and making some calls. Hey, we're shopping number 2. Make your best
What are you going
offer.
to give us?
Yeah.
If Moore is open.
Yeah, I mean, if Moore goes in, I'm using that pick as leverage if I'm the Giants, because you think about it, you can get a first-round pick this year, a first-round pick next year, and maybe a player.
Yeah.
That fills a need. Not a big-time player, but a role player that fills a need, maybe some depth, you know?
Myles Garrett gets the all-time sack record in the win over the Bengals. Congrats to him. I'm not going to sit
That
here
was a
and
shit football game.
it wasn't great. I'm not going to sit here and talk about 17 versus 16. Enough people are having that conversation. Congrats to him. Nice piece of history. Atlanta Falcons get a win over the Saints. That
Hold on. Let's talk about this, because I want your opinions on this. Did anybody else see Zach Taylor's press conference after the game?
no.
I have seen it on
He was
Twitter, but I
pissed.
couldn't tell you what he said.
He was pissed that they stopped the game when Garrett broke the single-season sack record.
No, you'll be all right, pumpkin.
Well, don't let it happen to you.
Yeah, really.
Season NFL record. Why not
Your
stop him?
quarterback don't just lay down for it either.
Yeah. Wow, he had nowhere to go. I thought he laid down for it. I agree with you, Bobby, but a lot of people
Watching
are
the
saying he had
play-
nowhere to go.
It also looked like Garrett jumped the snap.
Well, he does most of the time. That's why he leads the league in offside penalties. But if you're not going to call it in Ohio State, Miami, you're not going to call it in Cleveland, Cincinnati.
That's very true.
There's the common theme we can all agree on. Refereeing this year is atrocious at all levels.
Yes, extremely.
Yeah.
Atlanta gets a win over the Saints, puts Carolina into the playoffs. The Vikings get fifth
Did the
straight
Saints
win.
stay with Shock?
I think so.
Yes.
They have
I
to.
think they
I'd give
do.
him a shot.
I mean, look at the way he
give him a
plays.
shot.
Why wouldn't you give him a chance?
Yeah. I would definitely give him a chance.
Put some pieces around him. I think it's time to move on from Alvin Kamara. I'd maybe take a running back early in the second round.
Yeah.
We
Maybe
shall
try to-
see. We shall
Try to
see.
get a tight end, another receiver.
Maybe. Shore up the O
Yeah,
line.
'cause Taysom
Go get some defensive
Hill's gone
pieces.
33 or 34.
You know, it all depends on what they want, the direction they want to go. Vikings get their fifth straight win. JJ gets hurt again. I have a feeling this ain't gonna work for old JJ, because
They're gonna sign Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know. I'm kind of eyeballing this place in Indy where it's like they have everything but a quarterback. No offense to Riley Leonard, but I'm just saying, I don't think Indy would mind. They've already gone the old route once, and there's this 42-year-old leading Pittsburgh to a postseason that doesn't look bad. I think he looks better than old man
I think
Rivers.
Yes, he does. He
I
looks
think
awful.
this is it for Rodgers.
This might be it. Yeah. But anyway, I think
He's
Vikings
gonna
go.
step back and realize he, as good as he still is, he's off a tick.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell. Like you can see his
I don't
mind.
think he wants that to take away from everything he's done.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a parody of himself.
Bobby, that one play where he ran up to the line of scrimmage and then backed away and looked to throw and got sacked. A couple of years ago, Rodgers is running that for first down, like they said on the broadcast.
Yeah.
It's the body
Now
can't do what
it's-
the mind wants to do anymore. Like and I don't think he wants to probably go another year because I don't think he wants to be a parody of himself. Because we're already
Yeah, exactly.
seeing the age is catching up. Father time is, even though he's not a dad, at least that I know of, father time is creeping up on him.
Undefeated.
And
It's
it's
undefeated.
and is always undefeated. You will never outdo Father Time. So I think he just doesn't want to be a parody of himself at the end of the day. But we'll see what happens. Be interesting to see the playoffs. But again, we'll get to that. I do believe that the Vikings are eventually going to have to go in a different direction. This has nothing to do with J.J. McCarthy's ability. This has everything to do with his availability.
He's a quarterback that can throw. That's not
His ability, he can't throw.
running back.
Yeah, and his
Here's the big question. The Vikings, do they trade Justin Jefferson this offseason?
No.
I
You
think
can't.
Thielman's out,
I don't know.
but you also have to find somebody that would take that contract, which would be the hard part.
Yes, that is a very big heartburn. But he's already
Do you
behind
go
the.
to the Giants and say, we'll give you Justin Jefferson, you give us your first rounder this year, we'll give you ours, and swap for number 2?
And what? Go get
If
their
Moore
quarter.
comes,
I don't know.
think that Dante Moore is your guy.
You do if you know Dante. You try if you know Dante is going to be your guy, but I don't know. I really don't. But I only think he's already behind the 8 ball in his ability, JJ. Now his availability. He was hurt all his first year, and he's gotten hurt 3-4 times this year. Like, I don't care how good you are, if you're not available to play on a week to week basis, then teams don't have any use for you. You know, like Jaden Daniels has all the talent in the world, but he couldn't stay healthy but for 5-6 games. And even then I still think he was playing hurt. Like,
Well, also with him, he is running for his life.
yes, I agree.
He's also built like a twig.
He is
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant of football. Yes. You have said that famously, Chance. Anyway, Jacksonville wraps up the AFC South Division with a big win over the Titans.
Thing with Minnesota real quick. Harrison Smith, congrats on a hell of a career. He retired. His
Yes.
last game was this past weekend. He was a great safety for a long time. Billy and Chance, I know you guys saw him all too much than a lot more than you probably would have liked to, but he was a hell of a football player.
Absolutely. Just sucks that he
Yeah.
played on Minnesota. But I would have loved to have him in green and yellow. I think Chance would agree.
Everybody would have loved to have him on the team.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Chance would agree. Everyone would have loved to have them in
There's
their jersey.
31 other NFL teams that would have wanted him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Jacksonville wins the AFC South. Rams get the 5th seed with their win over Arizona. Broncos lock down the 1 seed with their win over the Chargers. Raiders.
Blow everything up.
Yeah. Raiders beat
I
the.
mean,
Yeah.
they almost have to.
It's coming to that point. Raiders beat the Chiefs. We'll have the number 1 pick. Patriots dominate the Dolphins. What is next in Miami? What is next?
Malik Willis.
You think so? Are you dead set on the Malik
Yeah.
Willis?
They ride with yours.
Some
At least
people were
give them a
saying that.
shot next year.
Yeah, some were saying that. Just see what you have. I mean, you drafted him.
The big question for Miami is Tyreek Hill and your head coaching situation. Do you get rid of Mike McDaniel?
Does Tyreek play another snap of football again? Like, does he have any desire to play again? Because he looked like he
He's
was
gotta
mentally checked out. He looks mentally checked out, even before the injury. Anyway.
He
Washington.
also did have 2.
Yeah.
I think that played into that a little bit too.
Yeah. Washington gets a road win over Philadelphia. And then the
I don't think
Lions.
Philly played anybody though.
No, they
No,
played
it was
Devontae
0.
Smith, and that was it. But that was to get him his 1,000 yard. Yeah. Lions walk-off field goal win over Chicago. Bills dominate.
Lost between MCDC and Ben Johnson.
Yeah. The coaching rivalries in the North are getting hilariously entertaining. And the Bills dominate the Jets in potentially their last home game, but we shall see how the playoffs pan out. Well, the Steelers take the AFC North in an absurdly wild Sunday night 4th quarter game. Bobby Yinzer, my man, take me through the emotions that, because I was talking to you a lot last night during the game, but take me through 24 hours later, what you're feeling.
The thing I'm feeling is fuck John Harbaugh or Jim, whatever the hell it is. I don't like either of them.
Bobby, do you think that win buys Tomlin another year or 2?
I think I honestly put this game as a higher precedent because what has he done? The last, other than the year we went to the Super Bowl, we've been a one and done. I put this game at a higher value.
Yeah, it's a home game. A lot of people think you can win this game. I get what you're saying.
This is out of the other wild card, this was the matchup I would have picked. I did not want to play the Bills or the Chargers.
Yeah, but Houston's kind of been playing better lately. They've been a lot better lately.
That's fine. Let them come play in the cold.
Good thing their offense is non-existent.
Yeah, that is true. They've been struggling on the offensive side.
This might be a 10-3 type of game.
Mm-hmm.
They thought the same thing in that game Sunday. I mean,
Well,
I
until the
thought that game
fourth
was
quarter
going to be
shaped
like
up to be.
16-14.
Yeah, until
Well,
that
the
fourth
fourth
quarter
quarter
happened, it
was
was
shaped up.
looking like it was fixing to be that.
It all goes back to my biggest gripe of that. When you have the ball with 1 second in the first half, you're getting the ball to start. Kick the fucking field goal. Then that last drive, they have to score a touchdown to beat you.
Yep.
Not only that, but if you're gonna go for the touchdown, okay, great. Why are you running a pitch play to the left
Yeah.
when you know you have no receivers out there and they're one of the better teams when it comes to tackling?
Yeah.
And you don't send a lead blocker with him.
Like, that made no sense. At that point, throw the ball, spread them out, and then if you want to run, if you get the look you like spreading them out, then run the ball up the middle. But I'm
or
not
just
going
run
to play out wide and letting speed take over at that point.
Or you just run the play you use on 4th and 1.
The brotherly shove.
Yeah. I would do it different, though. If Washington was healthy, put Warren under center, you have Washington just pick him up and throw him.
You can't do that anymore.
Oh.
That was
Or
the
have him
1900s.
literally just pick him up and carry him then. Or you put his big ass under center and say, get the ball and fall forward.
Or what you do is you put his big ass under center, put Cam Hayward literally 2 steps behind him, and you tell Cam Hayward you're pushing his ass into the end zone, and if you don't get your cheeseburger after the game.
Yeah, you'd say if he doesn't end up in that first row of the bleachers, you're doing something wrong.
Hayward, Bobby, do we think this is it? I mean, he had a good year, but it's not up to his standards, and you can tell that he is outmatched. And his belly is kind of getting round. It's not I'm a football player belly anymore.
He's also getting older. That's part of that.
He is.
But I mean, he's still just as quick off the ball, though. That's the part that's kind of hard. And he's still taken up 2 linemen. Then you have it paired with Derek Harmon, who's basically a cookie-cutter image of what a young Hayward was, just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby, you and I texted about this. If I'm Pittsburgh, I'm taking secondary help, or I'm taking another guy to play up the middle. Or what I'm looking to do is trade Highsmith or Herbig. And like you said, I think Highsmith, the effect of him leaving isn't as big. But the fact that you've got Jack Sawyer there and the way that he played in the games that he did play in, a decent amount, because I don't really think he was out there for that game against Baltimore much.
No, whenever Watt was off the field, they did send Sawyer out to be on the other edge.
Yeah.
Because they used Herbig more as a middle linebacker than an edge rusher.
I mean, how many teams in the NFL can we look at and say, all right, they've got a good pass rusher on one side. If they had somebody to pair him with that was better than the guy they had. He doesn't have to be a superstar, but if he was better than the guy on the other side.
Other than Pittsburgh and probably Cleveland, Highsmith would be that.
Yeah.
So probably maybe in Green Bay if Parsons is healthy.
I think you could get a 2nd or 3rd round pick for him. I really do, because the upside of bringing in Highsmith, a guy who's been there, he's played at a world-class organization, and that pains me to say just because it is Pittsburgh, but there is a lot of respect there with what their program has done and their organization has done. But I think you could get a 2nd or 3rd round pick for him. Keep your first, second, add another, and you got 3 picks in the first 2 days, and I think that really helps Pittsburgh, especially when you look in the secondary, because I think the better pieces in the secondary are going to get taken in the 2nd day of the draft.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, today was famously Black Monday, head coaching firings. We had 4 of them that I know of. Were there any more today, boys? Did I?
Employed, thank the Lord.
He's happy because Kevin Stefanski is out as Browns head coach. The former 2-time coach of the year has been
out. All right, Jason, I want to pose a question to you now.
All right, let's hear it.
If you had to pick one of your 2 Ohio coaches to fire, was it going to be Stefanski or Ryan Day? Only pick one.
Ryan Day doesn't disappoint me until late in the year. He does disappoint me a little bit. But Stefanski disappoints me for the entire NFL season. So, for the sake of my Stefanski, because then I'm taking at least, 3 to 4 months off the plate of just being super depressed on Sundays and turning the Browns on to take a nap because they put me to sleep. Plus, the other thing, too, is Ryan Day can recruit out his ass. 1. 2, he does have a very disciplined football team that you don't get the stupid penalties. But if you look at Kevin Stefanski, the perfect example, the first 2 touchdowns on Sunday. I get it, grabbing your crotch is fun, but let's leave that for when we're laying in bed, like Chance does, and he can look at Sydney Sweeney picks, not when we're diving into the end zone.
Fair enough.
Like, the first time it happened, okay, great. It's Devin Bush. We all know it's fucking Devin Bush. He does whatever the fuck he wants. He's a good player.
That was one that I was glad to see leave the Steelers.
And he played pretty well. I want him to bring him back. But
He's just a head case.
the second one, Stefanski needs to pull his team together and go, if you do that shit again, you ain't gonna fucking like it. You ain't gonna fucking play. And I'm gonna just fucking put a wide receiver out there if I have to play corner. But no, it happens again, and you put yourself in a bad position kicking off, and then you're stupid when you get a 15-yard penalty and move the ball up on Cincy on the touchdown, and you don't fucking kick it out of bounds, but that's a whole other story. The gist of my rant, because I know I go on them a lot with the fucking Browns, Stefanski let his teams be very undisciplined. Stupid penalties, timely penalties, and I think that the biggest reason.
Uh-oh. We lost Jason. Oh no. There he is. Oh.
Of course it was me because that was getting awesome.
Siri in my pocket. We know who is going to play
Goddamn
quarterback
Siri.
next year if he was healthy. Deshaun Watson. Stefanski's the one that wanted Watson. He would have been our quarterback coming out. I would have rather watched, and you guys know how much this hurts me to say,
Oh no.
and just how much this means. I would have rather watched Shadur Sanders play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns again next year than watch Deshaun Watson play.
Would you have rather watched Kenny Pickett than Deshaun Watson?
You went
If
to a
they
place
took
for
away
that.
the rule that you can't fake slide.
You went to
Hey,
a
that was
place for that
innovative.
answer. That
Yeah,
hurt.
I mean,
That hurt the soul.
I
That
would
was
rather
innovative.
watch. I would rather watch us put Bernie Kosar in a wheelchair and watch him play quarterback for the Browns
Jeez.
right now.
Fuck it. Chance Cooper's
Deshaun
a free agent.
Watson.
That's true.
Yeah, but Chance has one play under his belt. He doesn't hit that threshold, and based on his history, he's going to take one hit and break his arm.
Oh damn. Or he's
I
gonna.
didn't take a hit. I got fell on top of on a fumble.
Because he fumbled the snap.
But he has
No,
a
I
new
didn't fumble the
foot now.
snap. The
From
running
that
back
time.
fumbled it.
Oh, so not a clean handoff. That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
It was a clean handoff.
He just got hit and fumbled it.
Right
He
in the
didn't put it in
bread
his pocket.
Yeah.
Good choice.
All right.
Do we want to start the fantasy draft? I just got home. I got to take the dog out, and then
I think we do
I
that.
do it another day.
Let's save it
I'm
for
ready
next
for
week,
tennis.
Jason. That's a good next week thing. For sure next week.
all right.
First thing.
Well,
We will run the show
we wanna
from that.
start. All right. Let's
Nick.
see. Next Sunday.
Next Sunday or Monday, doesn't
Alright,
matter. Next Sunday or Monday, whenever all four of us are available. Um,
I'm good for Sunday or Monday.
yeah,
I
you
prefer
guys tell
Sunday
me
if
and
we
we'll
can make
we'll
that
figure it
work.
out.
Sit-
All right. NFL wild card, super wild card weekend. So we get 2 days of college football, Thursday, Friday, and then we get 3 days of NFL football. Playoff football is here. All of it meaningful. Congrats to the teams who have made it. Teams that didn't make it.
Except for one.
The other team that didn't make it. The other teams that didn't make it. Sorry about it. Anyway, 4:30 on Fox Saturday afternoon. Carolina Panthers this also needs to change. Just because you win your division, I don't think you should get a home game. That's my
There's been a lot of that. No, do not jump at the door.
Jesus.
Bad dog.
I think you should get an automatic bid in, but an 8-9 team hosting a playoff game, I don't know about that.
Against the 12-5 team,
Yeah, that okay.
13-4 team, yeah.
Now, I
It's
will
time.
say,
It's
a
done.
year ago, the Vikings were that team, and they got their shit kicked in. Because they had to go on the road.
Yeah, they had yeah.
Will that happen
Well,
to
they
the
all
Los
have-
Angeles Rams? I don't know. But Carolina's already beat this team once, and they did it on the road.
I thought they did it in Carolina.
Did they? I thought they did in LA.
No, the Rams are on the road.
Okay. Well, we've already seen this game once. It was probably one of Matthew Stafford's top 3 worst games of this year.
Playoff Stafford is another beast, though.
Yes.
That was my MVP.
So before I open the floor, somehow Carolina's defense has to recreate what they did the first time. Somehow, which is the hardest thing to do. It's the single hardest thing to do in the sport is to recreate what you already done one time around. We talked about it with Indiana and Oregon. They have to recreate the same game plan somehow and hope the same thing happens.
I need to talk about it, but I think Oregon wins.
Somehow Dowdle and Hubbard have to have success on the ground. We haven't talked about Rico Dowdle in a long time, probably since he played Green Bay. That needs to change. He needs to be a story in this game, a good story in this game, for them to have success. Bryce Young, dude, playoffs. This is a different beast. You have been here in college, but NFL is a different beast. That place is going to be fucking nuts on Saturday.
Did he ever make it to a natty?
Yeah,
in
he
college?
played us. He played us the first year we won it. He was the quarterback for Alabama when we won that game.
The Alabama Crimson Turds?
Yes.
This is not home, so I can say that without
See,
votes.
look at that.
Without getting anything thrown at you.
The question will be, how will Bryce Young handle the pressure? That will be the ultimate question. How does he deal with it? He was a
I
little.
think the big thing is, how does the offensive line handle the pressure?
Yes. And who will protect the football the best? Bryce Young is privy to the occasional turnover, and Matthew Stafford threw 2 of them against this very team the last time they played. Again, not saying that will happen this time, but both quarterbacks turn the football over. They're not immune to it. Obviously, no quarterback is immune to it, but it's happened a few
Unless you're
times.
playing the Jets.
Well, since we're bringing
Unless
up
you're playing the Jets.
did
Bobby,
we
you're
talk
right.
about the record the Jets set?
Yeah, don't they?
Impressive.
Yeah, that's,
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
Be broken.
Hey, give it up for them, huh? Have a little round of applause here for the old Jets setting records. Here we go. We're all about records.
The Jets were going to set a record.
We're all about history.
How
You know what I
about
mean?
Instead of clapping for
He's a
them,
defensive
we hit
head
spot
coach.
For Mark Sanchez fumble.
Man. Just, wow. Congrats to the Jets making history, huh?
Yeah.
They make history every time they step on the field as the ugliest jerseys in the league.
Ooh. Chance, tell me about this game.
Rivalry jersey they had was kind of clean.
Tell me about this
That one
game.
was. That's the only one they got.
Who's winning this game? What has to happen? Let's hear it.
If the Panthers had somewhat of a throwing quarterback, they probably win this game.
Hmm.
This Rams secondary is not very good. We just saw Jacoby Brissett light him up
True.
without Marvin Harrison.
Former Buckeye.
And the Panthers have McMillan and Leggett. Now, Leggett hasn't done as well as what we thought he would.
He shows flashes,
McMillan-
but it's not consistent.
McMillan has played extremely well this year as a rookie.
Yes, McMillan has been insane for them.
So,
He's been one of, if not the biggest bright spot on that team all year.
well, he definitely has been there. That and Dowdle
But Dowdle's been shaky as of late.
Well, and I look at Bryce Young actually looking like an NFL quarterback at times too up there.
He shows flashes of it.
Say that the first year.
He shows flashes of being an NFL quarterback.
Flashes.
Chance, I know you're not betting against Stafford, especially in the playoffs. Bobby, I know you're not betting against Stafford, especially in a playoff game. Jason, I know you're not betting against Stafford, but play devil's advocate for me. And why can Carolina win this football game?
I mean, they can win this football game if LA goes into it thinking I have an easy win.
Underestimation. I got you.
If LA goes into this game thinking, oh, they're not that good, they're 8-9, we should be able to win this game, then Carolina's going to come out, punch them in the mouth, and surprise them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get pressure on Stafford. He's not as mobile as he once was.
It's very true. And, I mean, they're 8-9, but one of their 8 was against you. I think that's really what sets this apart from the first meeting.
Psychological.
It's a little psychological there. But I also think it could wake up the giant that is the Rams. And Devontae Adams is back.
More motivation into the Rams.
Bingo.
They beat up one.
This is exactly what I'm thinking, Bobby. Yeah, it's like you beat us once and shit ain't happening again. Or it's the Panthers and it's like, shit, we know we can beat this team. Let's just go do it again. Fuck it, why not? We're 8-9. Ain't nobody. It's a 10.5 spread. Holy hell. It's a 10.5 spread right now. So, I don't know. It could get interesting. It's the NFL and weird shit has been happening all fucking year. So, why we play the game. Prime time chance. It's the rubber match. Chicago Bears at home against Green Bay Packers. We do it again in Chicago. And the energy around Chicago, at least is what I'm seeing on Twitter, for them, this is the worst case scenario. In their minds, from what I'm hearing from their mouths of Chicago diehards, to them, this is their worst case scenario. Obviously, the question is, who the hell playing for our Packers defense? Who the hell is available? How quickly can Love get back into a confidence and a rhythm? He hasn't played since the last time they played the Bears. And can Green Bay do the little things in the biggest moments to win a game? That is the question. That's what lost us the last game, the last time these two teams played. Chance, you are whatever percentage owner of the Green Bay Packers. Tell me why they win this fucking football game and we go on to Seattle.
I mean, the last 2-3 years, or the last 2 years at least, all these games have came down to the final moments. Seems one play here or there late in the game is whoever makes the play wins the game. And from what we've seen from this Bears team pretty much all season is they are non-existent for 3 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And then they realize, oh, hey, we're playing a football game. And they turn into one of the best offenses in the league in the fourth quarter. This Bears defense is not very good. You're going to have to jump on them early. Now the roles are reversed from the last time we were in Chicago. All pressure was on us to win that game, and all pressure was on us to win the NFC North. Well, all that pressure is now gone. All of this pressure is on Chicago now. Best season since 2018. You have a chance to eliminate their boogeyman and continue on. So I think you got to put pressure on them early, and they might shit down their leg.
foot
You
to
gotta
neck
get that,
early.
you gotta take the crowd out of it
Yeah.
because that crowd is going to be insane. I might go to that game.
Fuck it, might as well.
Yeah,
Dodge some bullets.
I didn't
while
look at tickets.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to look at tickets.
Yeah, this definitely feels like a offense needs to go out and fucking put foot to neck early and keep it there and don't let off at any point in time. Jason, you texted me, said you were picking the Bears. Tell me why.
Go Bears.
Uh-huh. Is that the only reason why?
No, I think that when you look at the offenses, yeah, Jordan Love's been great. The wide receivers have had great games, but I think I've seen a little bit more consistency out of the wideouts from the Bears. And I think that they've shaped this defense in a way that they're very balanced. I think without Micah Parsons, the Packers are really lacking in the pass rush department. And that stadium's going to be fucking rocking. Bears haven't been to the playoffs in how long, and they get to play their division rivals and their biggest rivals.
2018.
Yeah. So that place is going to be loud. It's going to be a tough place to play in. And again, who the hell knows what the weather is going to be in Chicago? Probably cold and windy.
It's always
Calling for snow.
It could be a snow game.
That'd be something.
Need it.
I just like the way the Bears shape up better.
Bobby, talk to me, brother.
I agree with Jason on this one. I mean, you both said it. The Packers' defense is kind of in shambles without Parsons. And then you said it earlier, Billy. Watching the corners play is painful.
Yes.
Hey, we got Trayvon Diggs. He looked really good.
He doesn't look too bad. We'll see if he starts over one of the two of them. But yes, for the majority of the year when our pass rush hasn't been there. Oh my God. Whoa, Chance knows the pain. It's brutal.
Good thing Rashawn Gary's not playing.
Yeah, he's not playing. So, oh my goodness. All right, so you two obviously are picking the Bears. Obviously, the two of us are going with Green Bay. Let's move on to Sunday. After the craziness that can be 3 days, get some more caffeine and you do what you do because we got a triple header on Sunday. 1 o'clock, Jacksonville are at home against Buffalo. This could be a banger of a game. Kind of the points of this one, really no one's talking about Jacksonville. All the pressure is on Buffalo and Allen on this one, all of it. Buffalo, Jacksonville, sporting great ground games, ETN and Cook. Jacksonville has a top-ranked run defense, according to the stat lines. I think this game is going to come down to limiting turnovers, who can do it the best. Jacksonville is one of the league's best in takeaways, but Lawrence and Allen do take chances when throwing the football, and both quarterbacks like using their legs. Obviously, Allen more than Trevor Lawrence, but Trevor has been using his legs a lot more down the stretch. Bobby, I'll start with you. What are the keys on this game? Who's coming out with a victory?
So the biggest thing that, and I've heard multiple sources say, this is the worst team Josh Allen has had in a playoff game.
Definitely looks like it.
But I also you can never really count him out. As much as I hate to say this, I think Buffalo wins.
Buffalo coming out with the win. Chance, what about you, buddy? What are the keys on this one?
What Buffalo offense are we going to get? This offense has been very inconsistent. They are prone to the slow starts, and Josh Allen's had to be Superman down the stretch, and he can be, obviously. I mean, I hope he wins. I hope he wins it all this year if Packers are eliminated. But I like Jacksonville in this. I think
for him this year.
No, there is no excuse. I just like what Liam Cohen has built in Jacksonville already. I mean, he's made an instant change. I think Trevor Lawrence has been one of the best quarterbacks down the stretch this year. So I'm right with Jacksonville.
All right, Jason, your thoughts? You've already texted me. You said Buffalo earlier today. Why is Buffalo winning this football game?
I think it's the fact that Josh Allen knows what it takes. Trevor Lawrence doesn't. The last time Trevor Lawrence really played in a game that means this much to a team, he was playing in college for Clemson, and his head coach was a moron. I mean, to be honest, I think we all kind of share the same thought with Dabo Sweeney that
Yep.
we don't know what the fuck he's doing most of the time.
Uh-huh.
But I don't believe in Jacksonville. I don't have a lot of faith in Trevor Lawrence. We talked about Sam Darnold. Do we have faith in Sam Darnold? And this question's the same for Lawrence. Do we trust Trevor Lawrence in a game like this? And my answer is no. I don't. I trust Josh Allen more in a game like this to take care of the ball and do what his team needs him to do at that position to win.
All right. Then after that game, 4:30 on Fox. Philadelphia hosts another playoff game. The reigning champions get San Francisco 49ers, or at least what's left of them. Kind of the points here. What does the defensive depth chart look like for the 49ers going into this game? We don't know. Sophia told me today that it's already been reported they're missing one of their linebackers that have been playing really well down the line. I forget his name. I apologize. Brock Purdy versus Jalen Hurts is the matchup here. Philly has made a living this year off of doing the absolute minimum with the absolute most talent on the field. Can they survive continuing to do that? Offensively, who's going to be around? Obviously, they were missing Pearsall a week ago. Is he good to go? We don't know. And it's CMC and Saquon Barkley, I think, will be the deciding factors in this football game. Jason, I'll start with you. Philly and San Fran, who you got and why?
The defense scares me for San Francisco. And I think I'm going to change my pick from what I texted you because I think that the offensive weapons for Hurts to throw to are better than what Purdy has in San Francisco. Yeah, he's got Kittle, they've got McCaffrey. Great, but it's Juwan Jennings or bust. Is Ricky Pearsall going to play?
We don't
Trick
know.
Williams going to play?
Yeah, we don't know.
So, I like the Eagles in this matchup. I originally had said the 49ers, but as I looked at it more, I was like, I think I like Philly better in this game.
Okay. Bobby, what about you, buddy?
I like Philly in this game just due to the fact that you don't know who's going to be healthy to play for the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
And all Philly's weapons are healthy.
Yep. Philly has been able to dodge a major injury bug this season so far. Chance, why are the Niners going to win this football game, buddy? CMC.
But they're not going to.
Okay.
They're going to go up against an elite front in Philadelphia. That defense is too good.
And healthy.
Yeah.
For the most part, healthy.
And I know this offense for Philly has been lackluster, but with all the weapons that they got, they can easily flip a switch. I mean, we saw this last year. They flipped a switch, and then they just ran rampant around everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's going to happen again. Probably not.
But it can.
They've shown that they can turn it on at any moment.
Yeah. All right. Primetime, NBC, and Peacock. The New England Patriots are at home against, again, what is left of the Los Angeles Chargers. Points here. Patriots don't really have a great pass rush. One of the lowest in the league, so maybe that bodes well for Herbert. And the offensive line gives him time. How will Drake May handle his first postseason moments? the latest off-field distractions for the Patriots, how is that going to distract the team going into the postseason? And can the Chargers slow down a high-scoring offense? Bobby, I'm starting with you, buddy.
I like the Patriots in this.
Okay.
I think the Patriots are the better coached team. And I don't know if the Chargers can, because, okay, we've yet to see a team be able to take Drake May out of the equation any way.
Mm-hmm.
If you somehow do, you have a very good running back tandem, too, to try to worry about.
Yeah. Jason, what about you, buddy?
I've got the Patriots. I want to see Mike Vrabel get a ring as a coach. I think what he's been able to do with this team has been exciting and fun to watch, and I think I want to see it continue. I really like Drake May in this offense. I think that there's a lot to like with what he brings to the table for this team. It's going to be very interesting to see how do they continue to grow their offense. Like Bobby said, the weapons may not fully be there for New England, and the pass rush isn't great.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you curb that?
Yeah. Chance, I think you are on the wavelength. Yeah. Chance, I think you are on the same wavelength of everyone else with New England, but I want you to play a little devil's advocate. How can the Chargers seemingly pull off an upset here?
Because the physical style that they play, they can muck it up with the Patriots. They can make this a low possession type of game. They really need to. And the Chargers have been tested all year with their schedule and their injuries. They've battled through adversity all year. What really have the Patriots done this year with their schedule? I mean, it's been one of the easiest schedules in NFL history outside the Bills. So, how much have they really been tested?
Right. They haven't gone through a gauntlet like some of the other teams have. Like the Chargers.
Harbaugh's going to have those guys ready to play. I think this is a very low-scoring game.
Okay. Monday night, ESPN and ABC. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who finally have won 10 games, they're not going 9-8 this year. I think that, hot damn, are hosting a playoff game against the Houston Texans, who have won 8 straight. The points here, Houston's defense is a problem. Is a problem in the best way if you're a Houston fan. If the Pittsburgh defense shows up, other than those 2 wide open plays, if that Pittsburgh defense shows up, I think they're going to match the problem that the Houston Texans defense provides as well. Can Rodgers give some more magic? Does he have flashes of the magic with the throws? And can he pick apart a defense like he did against Baltimore last night? Arthur Smith put the headset down, let Rodgers do his thing. And then I think a big key that needs to be talked about more is they have DK Metcalf back. He's on fresh legs. He hasn't played a game in 2 weeks. It's not like he was hurt. He was suspended. So you have a fully healthy and rested DK Metcalf. That's an interesting interesting little wrench in the Houston Texans' plans that they have to plan for now in a week. Bobby, I'm going to start with you because you are the Pittsburgh man. Why is Pittsburgh winning a playoff game Monday night?
Before that, Nico Collins going to play? Because I know he didn't play last week, and they didn't say it was for rest.
I think he's going to play. Whether he's have something or not, I'm pretty sure he's going to. I haven't seen anything, but if I see something, I will let you know. Or one of us will.
Because it just said before the game, I guess he warmed up and then just said out.
Yeah, maybe he pulled something. I mean, yeah, that's an interesting thing. Hey, is he going to play? Yeah, I would agree. That's an interesting thing, too. Why are the Steelers going to win this game, Bobby?
Because you have a quarterback who's been here.
many times. Jason, what about you? Oh, go ahead, Bobby. Sorry.
And then, like you said, you have a fresh rested DK Metcalf back. As long as he doesn't do anything stupid.
Well, he's at home.
100% on.
He's at home this weekend, so I'm hoping your own fan base doesn't just like say some dumb shit to set him off, you know? So hopefully, you know, that's the case. Jason, who's winning this game, buddy, and why?
Not Pittsburgh.
Not Pittsburgh. Oh boy. Why not Pittsburgh?
I told Bobby, Rodgers needed to call it quits before he signed with the Jets. I think that Rodgers hinders their ability to be able to win a game in the playoffs. I get it. He's been there. You know, he's done it. But when you watch him play, I mean, the one throw he made in that game that I keep going back to, that I've never seen Aaron Rodgers miss a wide receiver that wide open by that far over his head. The play where he missed the guy well high.
Yep.
Like, I think that Rodgers is the reason the Steelers lose this game.
Okay. Chance, what about you, buddy?
I just hope A-Rod doesn't die from the pass rush. And that pass rush could kill him.
Jeez. All right. Well, those are everyone's picks. Now, before we get off, we must crown a champion on the show. I will have the new belt the next time we're all together. But whoever the champion is will have to hold that belt. And still, champ of this podcast, NFL Picks, Bobby Chapman, buddy. Congratulations. You have retained your title. You were the only one without 100 losses this year, total scores. You came at a final record of 173-99. Congratulations, retaining your champion. You get to hold on to that thing for another year, Bobby. How does it feel?
Pretty good. I mean, I'm the GOAT. I wake up and I piss excellence.
Oh boy.
You don't do Big Red. Fuck you.
Promise we didn't have that choreographed or planned at all. Chance, you came in a nice second, 165 and 107. Pretty solid year, second place. Jason, you got me by a game, buddy. For the battle of last place, you were 161 and 111. I came in at 160 and 112. So pretty tight, but pretty good score.
Billy,
What?
me and Bobby came up with this. And
Oh,
we got to
no.
put it to a vote
No, I'm not dressing up.
on the podcast. No. Your punishment's not going to be anything dressing up.
And I'm not drinking.
No.
I'll
Oh.
pay for drinks. But
The punishment is when we do our fantasy draft for Madden, you have to take Trevor Lawrence with your first pick.
all right. You know, out of all the things,
Chance,
there
do we agree
Worst
with that?
punishments.
there are worse punishments out there, so I will take that. I'll take that.
That's fine.
All right. That I will do. So my
Now,
first
just
pick,
remember,
my first overall pick.
We're setting limits on how many guys you can draft. So you may not have the chance to go get another quarterback.
That's fine. I'll make do. Now, how does this work? Is it just the four of us, or is it a fantasy draft for everybody, like CPUs included?
No,
CPUs are included.
Okay, well then, I need a high draft pick then, so I can guarantee that I can get Lawrence. Because if I'm down low, there's no
He
guarantee.
won't be gone in the first round.
Huh?
he doesn't go.
He
I
won't be
can't
gone in the first round.
But he doesn't go now.
Okay. All right. If you say so. But if he's not there by some miracle, if he's not there, I will draft a quarterback of Bobby's choosing because he is the champion. First round. How's that?
No, forced trades, and you got to trade your quarterback for him.
My quarterback from. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. That works. But congratulations to Bobby. Hell of a season, boys. Hell of a pick. All of us over 500.
That's impressive.
That is impressive.
Like
It's a
we
good
know
season.
something.
Really? I didn't end up 69 and 69.
Yep, you're gonna have to be better at that next year, buddy. You'll get him next year. All right. Well.
If you get close, you just pick ties for every game.
All right. All right. Well, we are out of here. Thank you guys for listening so much. All of this will be on YouTube in the next few days. I'm gonna have to go work on that all day tomorrow. So excited to be stuck behind a computer. Anyway, we'll have the fantasy draft for our Madden League. We'll have some baseball news to go over. We'll have Super Wild Card weekend to talk about and the divisional rounds coming up. And we'll have the conversations about the national fucking championship. Although we might save that because that's the next Monday. After the next, it's a week from next Monday. So 2 weeks from now is the national championship. So we might save that conversation for the next weekend. We'll figure it out. That is Bobby.
The 19th, the Natty.
Huh?
The 19th is the Natty.
The 19th is the
Yep.
Natty, sir.
Sweet, I'm off the day after.
Yep.
Perfect.
Game of Thrones comes out on the 18th.
Yes, it does. We are about to embark on one hell of a video game and
Movie year.
movie year,
God, what a year for movies.
right?
Yeah.
This is, whoa.
I know, Jason, you don't watch movies.
I'm going to watch The Office.
He watches different kinds of movies. All right, we are out of here.
What kind of movies?
You know what kind of movies. You know when I ask you what kind of movies you're watching at night?
He watches your
Yeah.
movie, Chance. Every day, right before he goes to bed. Watches your movie.
That's a phenomenal movie.
The greatest movie ever.
True.
Yeah.
All right, we're gone.
I haven't been
See
nominated for an Emmy.
you
I agree.
later.